How are we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With. I'm Will,
I'm Andrea.
and today we're playing
Marvel United X-Men.
Marvel United X-Men by CMON and Spin Master Games. So this was just released out retail. Wave 1 shipping went out, and some lucky people that did one wave shipping happened to get a copy as well. We did 2 wave because we wanted to get it in time for you guys. We were able to get all of our wonderful minis painted. It took us about 8 hours total, 2 of us, so 16 hours of work. So as you can see here, the first villain that we've chosen to go up against is Magneto. So we did some good old techniques on him. We didn't do much techniques. We don't do many techniques. We kind of just go for the simple Funko Pop look. And then here is Jean Grey, who Aubrey is going to play. And she painted Jean Grey, and Jean Grey doesn't want to focus. There we go, Jean Grey. So we do a little bit of technique, but not much. And then Aubrey is also going to play Storm. There is. Stop focusing on the text. There's Storm. And then I'm going to be playing as Cyclops. Cyclops. And the Professor. Professor Xavier, who looks like he's got a black eye, well, if you're looking close enough, you can see the whites in there, but like far away, it looks like he had a black eye. So again, we're not experts, we just have fun painting them. Now, in Marvel United X-Men, the main core gameplay is still the same. I have heard, and just looking at Magneto's threat cards, it does appear like it's a step above. I think that was one complaint a lot of people had was the core game, the original game, was a little bit too easy. Again, it was made for families. It was a family-friendly game. You had the challenges. These bosses, I believe, are a little bit harder. For example, the Juggernaut, which I'll show you the mini, because we are not going to be playing the Juggernaut on the channel, at least not anytime soon. He has 8 hit points regardless of the player count. So 2 players, 8 hit points. 3 players, 8 points. You know, so for example, Magneto here only has 5, but then he goes to 7, and then he goes up to 10. Juggernaut, for some reason, is the same 8 throughout. So I don't know how that plays, just because I haven't looked at his abilities and his threat cards yet. But one other change that has occurred is there's 2 new game modes. Well, 3 if you count the solo mode. So we're going to be playing 1.5 of those modes right now. As you notice, we do have 4 characters here, and there's only 1, 2, dos of us here. So we're going to be playing part of the Xavier mode, which basically just has you, I don't know if the shield mode was the same, I didn't read it, but it has you shuffle your decks of your characters together. Instead of your normal draw size, you draw 1 additional card per each hero that you're controlling. So in this case, we're controlling 1 additional. So we're going to try that, just that way we can show you guys all of the characters. That's really the only reason we're doing it. The second part of the rule change is there's this new Cerebro card. So in the Cerebro card, instead of rescuing civilians, we need to perform these, I guess, training exercises, right? We're gonna, because Cerebro was the danger room. You know, she trained us and makes the X-Men better. So, or I guess, well, no, that was the danger room. Cerebro was the thing that finds the other mutants. I was backwards. I'm confused right now. That's bad. X-Men are my favorite, and now I'm confusing myself. And I'm confusing you, and you've only seen the mutants. Muy mal. But yeah, so I guess Cerebro, we're trying to find the other mutants, I guess, is the theory here. So you need an action and a movement in the same term. So unlike some of the previous games you've probably seen us do, the Sinister Six or the Spider-Verse, where you could do them in separate turns, no, you need to have an action and a movement, and you can't use them, right? You're spending them to basically complete this objective. That's why there's only 3. That's going to be kind of hard to pull off. So there are no civilians here. That mode, it says you should only play with Magneto. I'm imagining it has to do with the way the cards are. We've noticed a lot of this game removes civilians, so it's not that big of a deal if you're playing with this particular add-on. And then one of Magneto's moves is he turns civilians into thugs, which helps you out on the thug. But everything else seems difficult. This makes 4 actions. All the previous ones, it was like 3. So that is really the only difference here. The other game mode that came in it is the supervillain mode, which has special supervillain cards and special superhero cards. And for that, we're going to go ahead and play that in the next stream. After this, we always stop, reset back up. We'll start back up on that. We got it at tentative 9:30, but we'll go live as soon as we get everything set back up. Now, that does include Mystique and Wolverine and the Beast versus Cerebro versus Sabretooth. So that is what we're going to be doing on the next video. So if you're watching this on YouTube after it's been live, you can go check out that video after this one. Now none of these characters had starting cards, right? Wolverine had starting cards, Mystique had starting cards. Let's just double check that we didn't mess up here. No starting cards. Okay, so there is special starting cards. If you want to know about them, again, we'll talk about that in the follow-up video. With that said, we have to roll a key. So this is our Extra Life D20. So this is to decide who goes first after the villain goes first, because the villain always gets to go first. Yeah. But we are supporting Extra Life charities like we do in every stream. We do have a link down below if you'd like to support Children's Miracle Network. The kids right now really do need our help. They're, of course, with the surge of what's going on in the world, more and more cases of kids are being found and being admitted to Children's Miracle Network. So we appreciate every donation we've got, and any donation pretty much for the rest of the year will greatly be appreciated. With that said, even or odd? You are an odd one. That is an odd. 11 is odd. We put our Extra Life dice key right above there. So we got our 6 locations. There are 2 more locations. We'll switch them out for the next gameplay. We figured these were the most fitting, of course. Asteroid M for Magneto. Sentinel Space Station because we're up in space. Genosha, of course, because Magneto had his hand in that. And then down here is the X-Men. So we have Xavier's Institute, Hangar Bay, and the X-Jet. So we're starting in the Hangar Bay because we already know Magneto's going to be doing bad things. So we're not going to start in school. We're going to start in the Hangar Bay. And we're going to go to the Jet. I don't know if that's how that works. All right. Are you lista? Oh, I forgot. So because we are playing with 2 hands, so normally we would start with 3. We get to start with 4, one extra card because of the extra character that we're controlling. Again, that is based on the Xavier mode rules. So that's not normal for a normal 2-player game. You would only have 3. All right, and then so Magneto gets to go first. So Magneto gets to go. I guess I'll put it down here where it's a little closer. You can see it. Magneto goes to Ojo. Uno, dos. Yeah, he goes dos towards me. Ojo. Organic iron manipulation. Give each hero 1 crisis token. Then each hero takes the number of damage equal to their crisis tokens. Is it each hero in his location? Or do you it just happens? I guess we each take a crisis token already. Well, that's not fun. Alright, well, I'll take 1 and you take 1. And
just
then it's
one? I mean, one?
Each. Yeah, because we're 1 hero. We're 1 hero controlling 2 things. So, all right, and then each hero takes the number of damage equal. So we each have 1. So we basically at the very beginning of the game we both got to discard a card. Yeah, what do I want to put at the bottom of the deck? I guess. I think I'm going to put that at the bottom of the deck. Alright, well, that wasn't fun right off the bat. And then he does add a thug to this location. You get a chance.
He what?
Thug. 1 thug. Alright. So, I was going to put it on him. It goes there. So we have thugs invading the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. Hey, that's my t-shirt. Westchester, New York. Xavier's. Alright, so it is the start of your turn. So the start of your turn, you get to draw a card. And so when you play 2-handed, you basically are allowed to play whichever card you play, that's the character you're going to move. So you can basically choose, okay, do I need Professor, do I need Cyclops, or in her case, Storm or Jean to basically move, to do an action. Or sometimes you just have to do it based on what actions you need to be able to perform. So you're there. So again, we don't need to save anybody, but you do have a thug, and then you do have a Scarlet Witch down here. And the Scarlet Witch is kind of bad just because if we get a BAM, we each have to remove a card from the game. So in the comics, for those of you who don't know, and of course to tell Audrey because she's not read the comics, Scarlet Witch said no more mutants. And when she did that, things went away. So all the mutants disappeared, their powers went away, right? So she has the ability, and she's not a mutant anymore. Now she's a genetic hybrid that her DNA was spliced, her and her brother. But back in the day, they considered them mutants because Magneto adopted them. And so she has the ability to manipulate matter. So basically, she's manipulating the world and making one of our cards, I guess, disappear or something. Or making our mutant powers disappear.
Okay.
That was a long-winded answer just to say nothing.
It did say something.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. Alright, so you can either do Jean Grey or Storm.
So this means I gain.
So there you go.
So action or attacks. Play as you like
in your and adjacent locations. So basically what it says is you have telekinesis. So telekinesis allows you to like throw things and do things. So this allows you to do an action and a punch, and you can either do it in your location or an adjacent location. So you can just split it however you want. You get both.
And do I get the token? I mean,
no, you don't get the token. You're physically doing that if you play this card. You're physically doing an action.
I have to do it.
So yeah, so right now, if you wanted to do this, you could do the action and the move. If you wanted to do that, and then you could punch Scarlet Witch if you wanted to do that.
Okay. Yes. Right. That sounds good.
That sounds good. Right. Punch Scarlet Witch. Boink. All right, so we're halfway done our Cerebro mission already. And Bella's all covered up in her blanket. All right, so I draw, get me another Cyclops. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. So I get a move if I choose to. Do I want to move? So I punch in both adjacent locations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch while I'm here, right? Boop. And then I'm going to move and visit Magneto. Or not Magneto. Are you being a good guy or a bad guy today? And then I get to punch in both adjacent locations. So that gets rid of a thug. And then that gets rid of... We have an earthquake. Earthquake! So we gotta double check our batteries still. No, not that. It's not what I want. Got a little... Battery is still charging for us. We're good to go. Okay, go away, screen stuff. Audio screen stuff. There we go.
Mi turno?
See, so you have a...
See? Or his?
No, because that was...
Tres.
Yeah, you get 3. Yep. So you get a punch. You get the punch, which defeats Scarlet Witch, basically. And then it's just, do you want to do something with Storm or Jean Grey, basically?
So, can I have that punch?
Yeah, no, that's Power Rangers. Remember, that's Alpha. But that we'll play that game later.
What I should do? I want to go here. So
okay, so you need a movement then.
Just relocating heroes to different locations.
Okay, so you can move us somewhere else. So do you want to relocate any of us?
Oh, no,
well, it says, well, no. This is relocate any heroes. You can relocate all of us if you want.
I move. Oh, but that move is mine, isn't it?
The move is your move, yes. But you got to punch before you leave. I recommend punching before you leave.
Right. That's
all right, so Scarlet Witch is done. Now, end of turn, you get to gain a token, so that's actually kind of nice if you decide not to move.
One of those.
But if you decide to move, then you won't gain that.
Other that I said I wanted to know.
Well, otherwise this is basically useless. Well, it's not useless. You'll use it on my next turn. I can use it.
So I am going to get me.
Well, are you going to move any of the other heroes anywhere?
Should I?
Do you want?
I don't
Well,
know.
look at your hand. Do you want Jean Grey to be somewhere maybe on a follow-up turn? That'd be better for her. I can tell you with a move, it doesn't matter where I am. I mean, probably need to make our way up to. Blob discards a civilian and deal 1 damage. Yeah, if we're standing in his location. Master Blind. Heroes in this and adjacent locations reveal 1 random card from their hand. For each punch revealed, discard 1 civilian from that hero's location. So we lose civilians, so I'm not really worried about that one either. Deal 1 damage to the hero with the most cards in hand. Quicksilver's kind of.
Move here.
Okay.
That move was.
Okay. Did you want her anywhere else for the next turn? I mean, basically your Goddess of Weather ability. Because otherwise you played the card for a move and didn't use your ability. Which...
Sentinel Space.
Sentinel Space Station. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that was 1, 2, 3. Bad guy's turn. So luckily we got rid of her. So luckily we got rid of Scarlet Witch. So he moves 1. No bueno. Bam. Add 1 thug and deal 1 damage to each hero in Magneto's location. Each hero in this and adjacent locations must discard 1 action token if they have any. None of us have action tokens, so I take 1 damage. This one. I'm down to 2 hit points already. Wish. I don't know if there's any healing in this particular mode either. I don't know if any of these have a healing. I guess we should look. Yeah, here we go. Here's the healing. So I gotta finish this quest because that's the healing is under here. 4. Okay, and then thugs galore. Everybody gets a thug.
Oh, everybody.
Well, you had to add 1 for his BAM.
I added 1. I added.
All right, now we gotta. Well, now we gotta do everybody else's BAM. Hang on, we gotta do everybody else's BAM. Deal 1 damage to the hero with the most cards in hand. That would be you, right? You have 2. You have 3. Yes, you have to take 1 damage. That's all we can do. Heroes in this and adjacent locations. All right, so you're the only one in adjacent location. Reveal 1 random card from your hand, so you basically have to. All right, and there's no punch card, so that's no big deal. Blob, discard 1 civilian from this location, and deal 1 damage and give 1 crisis. 2 in that location. Nobody is. Yeah, that was all the BAMs, right? Bam, 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 and we already got rid of Scarlet Witch. So good.
So that's all.
All right, now we do the thugs. 3 thugs. 1 thug, 1 thug.
This one I added it so
yeah,
1.
That was for the BAM, and now you're adding another one for the actual card. So now it is my turn to draw. That is not helpful. That I need to get rid of the stuff in there.
You draw only 1?
I only draw 1. Actually a good question. Yeah, because otherwise you'd be healing. So for Xavier mode, set up draw 5 cards instead of 3. We're doing 4 because we're not controlling 3 heroes. Play 1. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about here. Supervillain versus Xavier solo, which is what we're going to play next. Super cards belong to a player instead of any specific hero. The hero player loses if they are KO'd for the 2nd time. The 1st time they KO'd, they all the hero. Okay, so we just get knocked out. The hero player draws 6 random superhero cards, keeps 3. The next game we play, it's all the action tokens. You draw extra cards when the third mission is completed. No. Yeah, I think it's just draw one. It doesn't say that you draw anything different. Okay. I drew one. I gotta get rid of the thug in that location. What good is 2 movement gonna do? You left me in movement. Or no, okay. I'll do Cyclops. So that way I can get rid of. So let's do 1 action here. And then I'm going to move here. Take out a thug. And in my turn, get me a punch. I'll take a punch. No! Not that kind of punch. Alright, thank you. Alright, so you have 2 wilds, plus whatever you want to do. Alright, so you have Storm there, if you want to take out Quicksilver. You have Jean Grey up there, if you want to take out a thug or complete the mission.
No, I want to.
Alright, so you're going to complete that. That does that, and you have 2 wilds though, so you have to do Jean Grey. So
Jean Grey.
So thug and wild, or do you want to come down here and help complete that? You have to use 1 as a move, 1 as an action.
Okay, move.
Action. Oh no. Oh, because it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've never had 4. You're right, they should have like drawn them like this one. I don't know. My OCD doesn't like it. My OCD doesn't. Alright, so you gave me a move and an action, which is good, because I can just use that to complete that other quest. Yeah, so what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to use move and action to complete this quest. Right, and then, oops. So that is completed. And then actually I'm going to move to the Xavier Institute and I need an action token for here. So now the villain moves after every 2. So now the villain is under pressure, so that's going to make it slightly more difficult. We only need 1 more to complete that, which you can do on your next turn if you go with Jean Grey and if you go with Storm. Yeah, that was that. I ended there, not there. So alright. Magneto's turn. 1, 2. Moves up in Genosha. Bam. So add 1 thug to that location. Damage to each hero in his location. And then any hero in an adjacent location needs to discard an action, but you don't have an action token, so you are good. So he went. Now we need to start bamming the villain. So he bams you, which means you take 1 damage again. Well, we get 2 knockouts. We're going to get 2 knockouts. So if we get knocked out, we can get knocked out twice. Alright. And then his bam, heroes in this and adjacent locations reveal 1 random card. You only have 1. For each punch, which you don't have, so we're good. Discard 1 civilian. He doesn't have any. So that's it. Alright. And then add a thug to that one. That one. I need 2. Alright. So thug. Ooh, we gotta get up there and get these thugs up here. Way too many thugs up there. That's where we need your Storm's power to transport us over there, because that's where her power comes in. All right, so now it is what, your turn? Yeah. You have a move and an action. So you can take okay. Can you do Storm or Jean Grey?
So if I do Jean Grey,
if you do Jean Grey, then you've got an action to complete this one, which then gives us the ability to heal. Okay. So Jean Grey. There you go. Telepathy. Swap the previous hero card in the storyline with another hero card in the storyline. Oh, okay. So that's not really going to come in handy.
So wait, swap that one with who?
It allows you to swap this card with another card. So because you want to do that. Do you want to move? I mean, if you don't want to move, then you could swap it with any. You could swap it with 2 wilds. That way you can defeat a thug or something. Probably be the best if you're going to do anything. Swap it with the wild because then you can defeat a thug.
Yeah.
So to do that, now you have 3 wilds to do with as fleets. So 1 wild would be E.
Yeah, so done.
That is done. And then another wild. So you have 2 more wilds, and if you want to heal, you kind of want to stay here. So you can just, yeah, then it would be the 2 thugs. Thug. All right. And now it's the end of your turn, so draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. Although because we're playing double-handed, it's actually full. You basically heal back to full.
I have 1 thing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you basically heal back to full, which full for us at the beginning of the game is 4. So. All right.
Already his turn?
Already it's 2. We already defeated 1. You wanted to do that quickly. Yeah, that's what happens. Now he gets to go every 2 turns. Alright, so he goes 2. 1, 2. Magneto's helmet. Until the next villain turn, cancel all special effects on hero cards, and Magneto and his henchmen ignore the first damage each hero turn. Okay, so basically you don't want to play a card that has an ability, because it's not going to do anything. Alright, and we need Dos Thugs. 1 here. Ooh, that one's getting a lot of thugs too. 1 here. Alright. My turn. The professor, I got a move and a punch. I shouldn't be telling you what I have.
What's that?
You're not supposed to, because that's the whole thing. Cambot, hi, been a while. How you doing, Cambot? It has been a while. I don't think we've seen you in a little bit. Welcome to the party. Or welcome to the massacre, because Magneto is beating the mess out of us. If I do... Professor X really doesn't help me. I mean, I kind of need to heal too. I'm kind of like... Oh. We don't have any way to get rid of these crisis tokens. I think the only way you can get rid of a crisis token is if something says, which normally it is certain villains let you get rid of them. Crisis token certain villains to represent various influence, simply use them as described. Some of them tell players how crisis entered play, and others what adverse effects it calls. So yeah, I think that's what we did in one of our games where we were using actions to remove them, and you can't use actions to remove them.
So we stay with him?
Basically, yeah, it seems like it just keeps escalating with him. Like, if he keeps drawing that 1 card he got at the very beginning, it would just keep adding to us. Cyclops is here. So, I think I'm going to do Cyclops. I think I'm going to do the punch. So, I'm going to punch here. And then I'm going to move with your wild to here, which probably is not. He's going to hurt me too. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'll punch, and then I'll use my token to punch again. That one? No, okay, so we're 2 away, but we got to get way up there, though. You don't have enough. Well,
I don't have move.
Oh, I didn't know you needed move.
I was hoping you would
Play the move
play something
one.
with move, but you said then that you
Well, I wanted to heal, but then I didn't even play the professor either.
Yeah, I think I can still... No.
Yeah, you can't punch. Well, you
I don't know
can't.
what to do.
Well, no, you can punch him, but the problem is when you punch him, they ignore the first damage. So he would ignore your first hit.
So
if you
just
punched
do
him.
one.
So it would just do one.
If
damage.
I do this one.
Yeah.
But at least I have this one. Because later I can have only one punch.
Yeah, well, that's just for the one turn. Next round he'll be able to take damage.
Is that because of...
Because of the card that Magneto played. It's for one turn. It's only for one. Or if Jean Grey, do you have something Jean Grey can do? Again, getting rid of civilians isn't bad. Oh, we keep forgetting. We should have added civilians. So there should have been a civilian opposite of where he was last time. And well, it's the beginning of his phase. So he was there the time before that. Where was he the time before that? Because he did. What was the time before that? It was 1. Was he on the X-Jet or was he on the hangar bay? He was here at one point.
He was here at 1.2.
I think I messed up somewhere. I keep forgetting that special with the beginning of Magneto's turn, you add a civilian. So that keeps adding civilians. That gets kind of... They can get out of control quick.
Okay, I'm going to move up there with my... But then I can...
You can't punch him. You can't punch him. Oh, remember, you get my 2 punches too. You get my 2 punches too in Quicksilver. He only ignores the first punch.
But the other one is Storm.
Yeah, it was Storm. If you wanted to beat up on Quicksilver.
So 1, 2.
Right, so that gives you 4 punches. He ignores the first. You still do 3 damage. Dang it! If I would have known you had that, I wouldn't have gotten rid of the thugs. I would have wasted my first punch and taken 1 damage kill. That's fine. I mean, in my next turn, I could play Cyclops. Alright, so that is 2. Alright, so it is the start of the villain phase, so a civilian goes there. Gotta remember that step.
Civilian?
Yep, civilian. Oh, that's not good because he's not moving. Magneto's helmet again! Oh. And 2 thugs. Oh, this is full. We're gonna have to do something about that one. Alright, so my turn. So I'm going. One of you. You really want to knock him? Well, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do this. So punch, punch. He ignores the first one. And then the purple thingy. Alright, so it's on the place. And then I've got a move and an action. So I'm going to move. Oh, that's nice. You may move to any other location if you end your turn there. Move and then action to get rid of.
Pero, am I ending my turn there?
No. Well, I don't know where you're going to end your turn. I gave you a movement. Alright. So it is your turn, but this is not. Yeah, that's no bueno. Overflow. If we can't place them, turn all civilians in that location and both adjacent locations into thugs. That just turns everybody into thugs. As we said, isn't like the end of the world in this one because we can't do anything with the civilians anyway. The overflow, I wouldn't be too worried about.
I have a move.
You have a move and an action. So it just depends if you want to do Jean, if you want to do Storm.
Okay, so can I play the special ability now?
No, he did his helmet again. So no special abilities this turn either. Your choice. What do you want?
We don't have punches.
Well, we either need to knock out 2 thugs or complete another objective. Then we don't want this to overflow. I mean, but you can get rid of the civilians with your action. Actions get rid of civilians. It doesn't help us anywhere towards Endgame.
So I'm going to get rid of civilian.
Two civilians.
I'm going up there with Blob.
The Blob. Now he does damage if you're standing in his location, and you get a crisis token. If Magneto gets a bam.
Oh. Then
now remember, if you're in there, you don't have to take both actions either. You can just end here and pick up a token. You don't have to use both moves. Technically, you can move here and then move back here and heal. If you wanted to do that. Egg punch. Alright, so that is Magneto's turn, so civilian there. Goes 1, 2, he comes to visit you. Hola.
Hola, amigo.
Alright. Bam. Add 1 thug and deal 1 damage to each hero. So 1 thug here, and he does 1 damage to you. Each hero in his and adjacent locations must discard 1 action token if they have any. And you lose your action token you just picked up. Wow, that was a bad move. Lo siento, mi amor. Sad panda. Alright, so you did that. Did you take the damage?
No, I'm thinking what's in these cards.
Well, remember, you have a storm coming up, so.
I should get rid of the storm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if not, then the only thing you can do next turn is just play storm. Alright, so that's Bam. Alright, so his Bam. Heroes in this and adjacent locations reveal 1 random card from their hand for each turn. So both of us have to reveal a random card. You only have 1. I'm going to reveal that one. I have 1 punch. You have no punches. For each one revealed, discard a civilian from that hero's location, which is the location I'm in, which is helpful. Thank you. Bam. Nobody's up there. Okay, that's all the bams. Alright, Thug Apocalypse. Oh, that's not good. So, these are overflow. So, pump, overflow, pump, overflow, pump, pump, pump. Now we do get 1 thug here. Again, that's his overflow isn't bad because remember we need thugs, so technically he helps us with an overflow. I mean, because we didn't need civilians because we had the Cerebro quest instead of the civilian quest. All right, I think that's it. He gave me a move, action. So I can finish that quest. He gave me an action and a move. Here, so if I do Xavier, I can't finish the quest if I use Xavier. I have to use Scott Summers. Alright, so Optic Blast in both adjacent locations. I'm going to do that first. Get rid of this one. This one. This is done. And now we can beat up on Magneto.
Yay.
So that's done, that's done. Actually, correction, I'm going to do that in a different order. So, I'm going to move. Oh, and then I'm going to do a punch. I'm going to do an optic blast in this location, which completed the quest, and do an optic blast key. Hang on. Yeah, a key, which does 1 damage to Magneto. Better play. Better play. All right, so you have a punch. You have punch. So Jean Grey is right there with Magneto. You have a punch. Oh, you have a punch. Magneto. Now move. And then do an action and split and a punch. So punch again, and then action in your location and adjacent location. So I guess your location would be. All right. Guess whose turn it is? Oh, into your turn. You can draw until you have 4 in your hand. Heal up, because he's probably gonna be mad. Magneto es muy angrio. That's Spanish for angry. So beginning of his turn, I need a civilian. That goes here. And then organic iron manipulation. Give each hero 1 crisis token. Then each hero takes the number of damage equal to their crisis tokens.
I just healed.
At least you heal.
Well, yeah, if not, I was dead.
Because I just got knocked out. So when you get knocked out, guess what happens? Bam! So add 1 thug and deal damage to each hero at Magneto's location, which we can't add a thug, and we can't convert this, which is the overflow, so it doesn't matter. It happens there. And then discard an action, there's nobody in his location. So that bam actually didn't hurt. This bam doesn't hurt because nobody's standing there. Oh, but you're standing in an adjacent location. So randomly, you have to, no, randomly, you can't look at them, close your eyes. Shuffle. Randomly pick a card. No punches, so we are good there. Nobody's in his location, so we are good there. Alright, we've not gone to Blob. We've actually, none of us have gone there. We've gone around, right? Because it requires 2 movement to get out of his spot. I don't think we've ever gone up there. I think I got here and then came back. You went here and then came back. None of us want to go visit Blob. None of us want to go visit Blob. Alright, and then we added Thug to his location, which again, we cannot. It just does the overflow, which doesn't happen because there's no civilians in there. Alright, so that was you. So it's beginning my turn. So beginning my turn, I get to heal up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And boop. Actually, that wasn't the end of the world. Luckily, I died on the end of your turn, so that actually was okay. Alright. Ooh, I got lots of stuff. Wow, that would have helped us a long time ago. So Xavier has a give 2 action tokens to another player. That would have, like, that makes a big difference on these 4s. Choose another hero. Oh, you can swap cards. That's not bad. Good action. No, we need punch. We need punch. Alright, so I'm going to do Cyclops. You gave me a move. I'm going to move. I'm going to punch. Put there. And then into my turn, I want to punch. Well, hang on. Yeah, I want to punch. I want to punch. No, don't punch me. Okay. So that's 1. So it is you. Can you get to his location with a movement and punch him once?
The blocks?
No, you need to get to Magneto with a movement
this?
And punch with this punch. Can you move with either of your 2 girls, 2 chicas? Telepathy. Swap the previous hero card in the storyline with another hero card in the storyline. Doesn't matter. There's ones in there that have punches. So, wild punch. Punch. Es muerte. Knockout. So we beat him. So that, I was thinking it was going to be a little bit harder than that. I mean, we did get knocked out. We were playing 2-handed. Whether or not that helped or not, I don't know. It's a little different, though. It is different. It does add a little bit more thinkiness to it. So if you're looking for a little bit more variety from the game, that's actually a pretty fun thing. Is basically just play the game as if you're playing it solo, but you know we're playing 2-player. You like this, or just it feels the same?
It is, but it's at the same time different.
At the same time,
I mean,
different.
I like that it adds something different.
That added different, like this.
This is still fun. Like that, yeah. This
That's
is what
different.
we did, just playing the two characters.
Playing the 2 characters together. All right.
Like it.
All right, guys. So this is the Cerebro mode. So of course we will be playing the supervillain mode, which will be me versus Oddity. We haven't decided who's going to be the villain and who's going to be the hero. I think Oddity says she wants to be Sabretooth, and I've got to control 3 heroes. That seems more DPC. But we'll find out. So if you guys want to watch that video, if you're watching this as it's up on YouTube, go ahead and check. Probably in the end screen, it'll be linked to it at some point. If you're watching live, of course, we will be back shortly. Go over to the video, hit the reminder, and you'll know when we go live in probably about 5-10 minutes. But until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.